Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this part 2. Remember, they're changing my voice. So I've overkilled already Proverbs 34. I'm going to read it again so you understand this, so you don't forget it. Who has gone up to heaven and come down? Whose hands have gathered up the wind? Who has wrapped up the waters in a cloak? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is the name of his son? Surely you know. Surely you know it's not the people sabotaging me. It's not the whites, the Jews, or the LGBT community. They went way out of their way to rule their entire races out. It's not anybody else. It's not the Asians, okay? They were not around to a significant degree while the story is being told. Okay, the Jews in the Middle East, Israel is not right next to China. Okay, it's right next to Egypt. They're responding to the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order. That's why the word Horus is not in the Bible. Okay, because they're trying to superimpose themselves on Horus. But you see, Baal is, who's Zeus's counterpart, and Asherah, and Hera, and Astarte, right? These things are all connected, but they don't bring up Horus, because Horus is the Egyptians' way of saying the divinely chosen top martial artist, and they're trying to superimpose their people on that particular African patriarchal line, which I come from spiritually and otherwise. Okay. So where are we here? All right. He rides on the wings of the wind. He makes winds his messengers, flames of fire his servants. Okay, so Psalm 104:2. The Lord wraps himself in light as with a garment. He stretches out the heavens like a tent. He lays the beams of his upper chambers on their waters. He makes the clouds his chariot and rides on the wings of the wind. He makes winds his messengers, flames of fire his servants. So again, without people helping me, because people worship the devil, like pitiful Babylon, Rothschild, Lex Luthor, corporate professional scum, okay, and all the other cultures who didn't raise a single person to obey God through me. When I look at their cultures, I may as well be looking at the Ku Klux Klan, because they lack that sense to receive someone who's ideal and to then fall in line and obey God through the gate, which is me. They lack that sense in their culture. So their spirits are blind and lame, so to speak. They're senseless, they're foolish, they're dumb. Okay? Know that for sure. Okay. Jeremiah 4:13. Look, he advances like the clouds. His chariots come like a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe to us, we are ruined. Again, he says he advances like the clouds. His chariots come like a whirlwind. You see how it's in Proverbs, it's in Psalms, okay? It's in Jeremiah. That's how I know that that's what the Bible's getting at. Not just the first glance, how I feel about it, what I picture, but it overkills that we're talking about martial arts here, okay? And they're superimposing it on certain ideas. So it says he advances like the clouds. Excuse me, they're superimposing certain ideas on martial arts. Look, he advances like the clouds. His chariots come like a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe to us, we are ruined. Are we talking about Asian martial arts? No, because we're talking about monotheism. Okay, God Almighty coming to a martial art warrior, so we can rule out all the Asian martial arts. Okay, because it's Hebrew is an Afro-Asiatic language. Are they familiar with China and Japan? No. Are they familiar with Africa? Yes. Would they make the mistake of thinking Harry Potter is a greater martial artist than Shaka Zulu times 10? No. So we're talking Royal African Falcon martial arts, Egyptian pyramids, saying, hey, right here in Africa, Jews going to Africa, Moses said to learn the ways of the Egyptians and becoming a man of action and power and might. That's what Acts says. Stephen was talking about it, okay? And in the Old Testament. And also Abraham, right, Ham, okay, in Chaldea, in the greater Babylonian region, okay, Chaldea, Ur, and he heard the saying. Genesis 10 makes it clear that the Jews were very well familiar with the saying, like Nimrod, a mighty warrior, a mighty hunter before the Lord. Okay? You see how there's no way to mistake it, and I'm being cheated by all the churches and everyone else? You know, I should be able to sue them, you know, for everything. But they don't have a speck of justice, and they don't offer me anything. Just slavery to the white Jew and LGBT community and token minorities. Just an utter disgrace. I don't know how they live with themselves. I don't know how they sleep at night. Anyway, Jeremiah 5:12. Okay, first I'm going again, 4:13 again. Look, he advances like the clouds. His chariots come like a his chariots come like a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe to us, we are ruined. Woe to us is what the world inhabitants of the earth are saying by their actions. Look at them carefully. Woe to them, they are ruined. Even giddy Elon Musk, you have like $300 billion, but you're ruined spiritually. Your offspring are going to be ruined. Your friends and family, because you went against God. And nothing good can be forged in rebellion against God. So woe to you, you are ruined, and you see it from different angles, different things that you appreciate in life, like art and so on and so forth. There's all kinds of ways to come to that conclusion, and it is overwhelmingly obvious. Jeremiah 15:12. They have lied about the Lord. They said, he will do nothing. No harm will come to us. We will never see sword or famine. The prophets are but wind, and the word is not in them. So let what they say be done to them. So it says the prophets are but wind. This is part how we know it's not European war arts. It's not Eastern war arts. It's not Eastern martial arts. It's not island, not Native American, not Arab, not Jewish. Okay? Because we're looking for a scorching fire of justice and righteousness. And we don't see a hint of that in any of these groups. We only see it in black people. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Okay, Mandela, and these guys are just the tip of the iceberg, because when we go to their martial arts, which the rest of the world has concealed out of extreme racism and pettiness and childishness, okay, we see that these guys are nowhere near comparable to me. They even had to change the way I look and my voice. When they were here and they were alive, did they change the way they look and their voice? No, but they did that to me. Okay, because I am superior, because God is a warrior, not a mere civilized activist, not a mere president, not a mere revolutionary. God is a martial arts warrior king that's morally precise and just. That is his spirit. Those are his characteristics, the Almighty. Okay, Almighty means above craftsman, above nerd, above scientist, above European royal, what have you. Okay. Royal African Falcon martial artist above all other martial artists. Why would God send himself to have a representative in a place where it's not a Royal African Falcon martial artist? He wouldn't. The sun is mighty. The moon is interesting. The sky has a certain communication. God communicates through the Royal African Falcon top martial artist for these reasons. Nature and supernature. It says the prophet are but wind, and the word is not in them. Okay, they're just wind without the word. Going back to Proverbs 25:23, like a north wind that brings unexpected rain is a sly tongue which provokes a horrified look. Okay, that north wind, okay, without God allowing it, is just wind. Their prophets are just wind. They're liars. Okay. And the prophet said, they were saying that God is not going to harm them. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just like all these dickheads in society, all these church people, like, oh, just keep cheating Chukwuemeka out of his right to lead. Just listen to us, right? Just complete idiots raised in a way that's despicable. You know, I should have a serious talk with their parents. Just despicably raised. Verse 14. Therefore, this is what the Lord God Almighty says. Because the people have spoken these words, I will make my words in your mouth a fire, and these people the wood it consumes. Are people wood? No. Are words in your mouth a fire? No. It's figuratively speaking. The fire is the consuming fire of God. We see that in Hebrews. Because these people have spoken these words, because they have lied about God, I will make the words in the mouth of Chukwuemeka, for example, Jeremiah, Isaiah in the story. Okay, I will make my words in your mouth of fire, and these people the wood it consumes, because they will not obey God through me. And God sees me being persecuted without a suitable helper, without a single person obeying God through me. They made themselves and their offspring mere wood for the consuming fire of God, that I who am at the right hand of the mighty one, the right hand of power, the right hand of God, okay, conveys to consume them forever and ever, and the smoke of their torment. Isaiah 66 in Revelation, the smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever. Verse 15. People of Israel, declares the Lord, I am bringing a distant nation against you, an ancient and enduring nation of people whose language you do not know, whose speech you do not understand. Okay, so this is an ancient and enduring nation. We see in Isaiah 18 that they're referring to Cush, because they said it like this. It said, a people whose language you do not know, whose speech you do not understand. That's how the people of Cush were described in Isaiah 18. And I am like Cush, so to speak, right? It's who is like Nimrod, right? So Ham, there's a bunch of black people. There are a bunch of shapes and sizes and spectrum of intelligence and so on and so forth. Okay, Cush specifically, not Mizraim, Cush. Okay, Sudan, Nigeria, right? Sub-Saharan Africa, Cush begot Nimrod. That gene pool, that gene expression, and Cush begot, me. Okay, so who is God bringing against Israel to do them in, to finally destroy them once and for all? According to the prophet Jeremiah, it is Cush. Their quivers are like an open grave. All of them are mighty warriors. All of them are mighty warriors. Who on this planet would you describe as all of those people are mighty warriors? In truth, in a way that you put in the Bible. Okay, a particular grouping of black people. They will devour your harvests and food, devour your sons and your daughters. They will devour your flocks and your herds, devour your vines and your fig trees. With the sword, they will destroy the fortified cities in which you trust. These people are mightier than you are. And God empowers them to finish you off. That's what it says in Revelation. Okay, outside the gates, it says it's done. It's going to be done. They're going to be finished off. How? The kingdom of heaven will be taken away from you and to a people who are going to do the works of God, and all of them are mighty warriors. The spirit of the Igbo people who were right with God, not all Igbos, this particular